Well, it's kind of funny when you realize that the greatest figures in history, the ones that everyone admires and wants to be like the most, were probably hungry, horny, or bored all the time, or most of the time, and usually more than one of them at the same time. Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, Charlemagne, Winston Churchill. Most of those people that historical figures that most people admire were probably one of those three things all the time. Discomfort, right? So we can see it clearly. Discomfort is part of the human experience. You cannot live a life without discomfort. Everything is kind of uncomfortable all the time. Life is never like fully, completely, utterly good all the time. And if you've heard me saying that right now, and your thought is like, oh no, but when I was this age and I was doing this thing, it was better. No, it was probably not. You just forgot about the uncomfortable parts. Like, think with me. As I am recording this video and someone's watching this video, and this video is publicly available on the internet, a good chunk of the people that are watching this video probably want to take a shit, and they can't for any reason. Like, maybe they're driving, maybe I don't know what they're doing, like going for a walk. You can just like go take a shit right now, but you kind of want to, or a lot of people are just like kind of hungry. So how does this connect to fasting? What the fuck, Gabriel? What the fuck are you talking about? It's really simple. When people look at me, and when people find out that I eat once a day, right? That I fast, I do 24-hour fast every day. Some people call it OMAD, 1 meal a day. I do like a hybrid of that, and then on the weekends I eat a little bit more. Then I don't eat only 1 meal a day every single day, only like 5 days a week, and that made me lose more than like 20 pounds over the past year. When people find that shit out, they think I'm insane. They look at me like I'm some sort of animal. And they start to get hungry, and they look at me, and they go, Gabriel, I don't know how you do it, man. I am starving. And I was like, motherfucker, what do you think that I have right now? Do you think I have a boner? Do you think I'm really fucking excited to not be eating and be hungry? Of fucking course not. It is uncomfortable. But as much as people like to try to complicate it, achieving most of the things that you want are just simply a matter of like, am I willing to stick with something that's really uncomfortable for long enough? Am I willing to literally just give my life to achieve something and to do it besides any excuse that I might have? Here's where I think when you put the fasting, when you put the high rep calisthenics, the body weight calisthenics together, I think you have a very powerful combination, and I think you can make really, really big transformations in your life when you actually align those two things, because you're just making a combo, man. It's just a combo of discomfort that makes you grow. So fasting, you're hungry, right? You're hungry, but you're also sharper, lighter, you feel more energetic. Everyone kind of knows the benefits of fasting, right? A lot of people know the benefits of fasting. Intermittent fasting is something very common nowadays. But that comfort, that constant discomfort, it does really remind you that it's like, well, all those things that I take for granted, all those things that I think are essential for me and that I cannot live without, are not really that big of a deal, right? It's like I was reading this book today. I'm reading that book, famous book when it comes to the fasting like history or whatever, is the Fasting Cure by Upton Sinclair. And it's very he gives it a very interesting example. He's like, he says something on the lines of like, oh, he was there and he was on the third day of his fast, so it was 72 hours that he hasn't eaten anything, and he walked 4 miles on that day. He went for a swim. He came back. He did work. And then he opened the news, right? He got a paper, and he saw about this big accident that happened in California, this earthquake that left a lot of people without having to go to shelters. And people were just like fighting each other in rage of hunger because they haven't eaten anything in 72 hours. So he looked at that very curiously. He was like, well, why are those people thinking that they're starving and dying and like killing each other for food after 72 hours? And I feel like absolutely great, and I feel fantastic. It's all a matter of how much, like, how do you actually know that this discomfort is only that? It's only discomfort. It's not going to actually kill you, right? A lot of the times, those bad feelings, those bad like the anxiety that you think you're a prisoner to, is usually a lie most of the time. It's usually you creating obstacles between yourself and the things that you want to achieve. So the fasting is very good for that, because it gives you the sort of detachment from things, from the things that most people are prisoners to. Food, eating every single day. It's like, since when do people eat every single day and all the time? It was never something that like we easily had access to food. That's why I mentioned in the beginning of the video, right? The greatest figures of history were probably hungry, horny, or bored most of the times. Because why? You didn't have entertainment all the time. You didn't have, I don't know, porn that the guys could just go and jack off to. You didn't have easily accessible food every single day. Even those powerful guys, even the rulers, even the generals, the commanders, they had to go through some like constant discomfort. It was too hot, too cold, too hungry, too little food, long time without seeing women. Imagine going on a ship to explore during the Great Navigations. It was like 9 months without seeing a woman. It's like, can you imagine those motherfuckers? So it's like, it was always kind of uncomfortable. And now we are just sedated to the fact that life is a little bit uncomfortable. But when you have the things properly aligned, your priorities properly aligned, when you are a well-ordered human being, you understand that, oh, okay, maybe I don't have to care so much about those things. And I can focus on the things that are actually more important, right? So I think the fasting on that sense, it really helps a lot. It's really powerful. And I also think that the body weight calisthenics is underrated. It's underrated. I know, I don't know. A lot of people talk about it nowadays, but it became kind of a trend again. It comes and goes as like, oh, during the lockdowns, it was really popular because people couldn't go to the gym. And then gyms are open, and now you have the science-based gym bros. Or it's like, oh, fuck the minimalist workout. Let's go to the gym, spend like 2 hours at the gym, lift heavy, whatnot. And I think now we're swinging back to calisthenics again, just because it's so, I don't know, simple, straightforward, and actually pretty fun to do. But the thing is, body weight movements and fasting, they're two very simple things. And there's something that is very profound, romantic, and powerful about mastering the simple things, about perfecting the simple things, about repeating something that it seems so simple up to a point of perfection. And the fun thing about those exercises and about fasting is that the more you do, the more you find depth in them. Like a guy that can do 10, 20 push-ups, it's like, okay, most guys that are in decent shape can do 10, 20 push-ups. But the push-up, just like the dip, just like the pull-up, just like the squat, they are things with like this infinite amount of depth that you can just keep exploring and finding new things about it, right? When you do the tempo a little bit, or a little bit slower, when you do the tempo a little bit faster, when you add a little bit of a pause in the movement, when you do the movement faster and with the shorter range of motion, when you add some variations of the hand positioning, when you try to perfect your form, it's something that you just keep doing and doing and doing and doing. It is very, very, very simple and straightforward. It's just like, don't eat. It's the simplest diet you can possibly imagine. You can be literally retarded. It's actually even better if you're a bit retarded, because the fasting gets even easier. You just don't fucking eat. It's fantastic. Like you don't spend time meal prepping. You don't spend time cooking. You don't spend time cleaning. Grocery bill goes way down. You start losing weight without having to think about it. When you eat, you can eat the things that you like. I eat pizza and pasta most days of the week. And you keep losing weight. And it's very, very simple. Just don't eat. Body weight movements. Just use the weight of your body in creative ways to make your muscles work. Just do the same movements, but every time you do them, you try to perfect them a little bit more. Very simple things, but on the long run, when you accept the discomfort that is going to be maybe a little bit boring sometimes, maybe uncomfortable sometimes, you're going to be hungry sometimes, even after you just ate, because it's like, I don't know, it's a Wednesday, and it's just a normal day. but it is on the repetition of those very boring things that you can find an actually very profound meaning if you are actually looking at those things. Let's go a step deeper. Let's look into religion, Christianity, right? Christianity, the whole Christian mysticism hinges on like three important things. There are three pillars to support most of this, and you don't have to be a Christian and like practice Christianity to understand this. I think a lot of religions are actually kind of like, they have those same practices as well, which is prayer, charity, and fasting, right? Prayer, charity, and fasting, couldn't it be more simple? It's like, those are really, really simple things when you think about it. But when you actually look at it with attention, you can just go infinitely deep into like any of them, and you wouldn't find the bottom in your lifetime. You can just keep thinking and looking into those things, and you're never going to find the bottom. So all of that to say, man, that summer's coming. So if you want to like have a boost in, I don't know, losing weight, leanness for the summer, you should maybe give fasting a try. Maybe give the calisthenics a try, because those things can be very powerful. Do not overestimate how much simplicity over the long run can actually change you and mold you and forge you into being a different kind of creature. Like when I talk to most people about how my routine is and about the things that I do, people think that I'm fucking insane. And it's like, I'm not insane. It's just like very simple, and it's very enjoyable actually. It's like I'm not suffering most of the time. I'm not in pain most of the time. I was like, I probably get as hungry as people that eat 3 times a day. The only difference is that I don't give too much importance to the feeling of being hungry, because I learned over time, over practice, that is like hunger is just hunger. So it is as simple as you wanting to do something. It is as simple as that. It's like there's no sugarcoating. There's no trick, shortcuts, no pretending. It is as simple as, do I want to do something enough? Let's go do that something. And most fitness videos are just going to be those guys saying, it's like, oh, you have to do this, and the calories in and the calories out and the quality of your calories. And it's like, everyone knows that shit already. What I try to do every time is that I try to go a little bit deeper. I try to go a little bit more with more looking at the richness that you can extract from life when you actually look at it the right way, right? So that's for today's video, man. That's for today's video. Fasting plus high rep calisthenics to get lean for summer. Let's fucking go. Alexandrian summer, Alexander the Great marching over Asia Minor, just dominating the whole thing. That's the vibe we're going for this summer, boys. See you guys next time. God bless.